Hi guys! Wow, I can't believe that Avengers Doomsday is in 11 months away. And so far, 2026 marks 5 years since WandaVision came out that kickstarted this wild ride of the multiverse saga. So in this video, it's pretty much going to turn into a series that involves the rise and fall of the multiverse saga. Sure, it could be seen as one of those essay videos you have seen a lot on YouTube, and I mean a lot of videos that involves why the MCU is in bad shape. But this is not that type of video, more like a retrospective, and this is going to talk about what projects we had per year, along with reviewing them as well. So, sit back and hope you enjoy this video. Okay, so it all started in San Diego Comic-Con July 2019 when Kevin Feige announced a slate of films and TV shows as part of the multiverse saga. Although we were supposed to have a couple of projects in 2020, COVID happened, and all the projects we were supposed to get did not come out. On Disney Investor Day, December 2020, Kevin gave us some more updates on the movies and shows, with trailers and more as well. So there it was, on January 15, 2021. I woke up in the morning and got myself some breakfast before I headed to work. I turned on my TV and my PS4 to find Disney Plus, and there was the first TV show called WandaVision. I was very excited when the logo appeared, and I shouted, "Marvel's back, yeah!" And knowing before the show came on, I noticed that Marvel Studios has a very busy slate in 2021, and I know that the fans and I are going to enjoy a very good year, as so it seems. So, after 9 episodes of the show, there was some up and downs about it. For starters, the actor Evan Peters, playing the pretend Quicksilver. Some thought that he must have came from another universe, but he was just a man named Ralph. There was some theories that Mephisto was going to be the villain, but that did not happen either. WandaVision was an interesting start for Phase 4. It was somewhat of a love letter for the comedy shows that came out through the decades, and characters such as Agatha and Vision will get their own spin-off shows in 2024 and 2026 this year. The next show was Falcon and the Winter Soldier, a good action-packed show that shows Sam and Bucky stopping the Flag Smashers while introducing new characters like John Walker, aka US Agent, Valentina, Joaquin Torres, and Isaiah Bradley. The show was fine, of course. Some say it could have been a movie instead, but the show would sooner or later be a problem when it comes to how long we have to wait to see those characters again. Now, Loki was another interesting show that does soon play a role within the multiverse saga. When Ant-Man 3 was announced in 2020 Investor Day, they announced an actor named Jonathan Majors to play a character named Kane, and there was a theory going around that perhaps he may be in the Loki show. Knowing fans will see Loki get a whole new character arc again, the introduction of the TVA was good, and the rumored character of Kane was also being confirmed, until he got killed off, in which that would sooner or later be a problem of the character. And finally, after 3 shows later, from January to July, we finally got a movie called Black Widow, a movie that's a prequel that came out after Civil War. Pretty much the action was great and interesting to see Black Widow again, which I think could have replaced Spider-Man Far From Home in Phase 3, but it did leave room for new characters to show up again, until 2025, but we got Yelena, Red Guardian, and Taskmaster. Anyway, the next film was Shang-Chi, a cool action-packed movie that really felt like the start of Phase 4. But sadly, this was the only time to ever see the character again until Avengers Doomsday, and it kinda sucks that there was no appearance of Shang again or a sequel. And this movie felt like an underrated gem. Speaking of underrated gems, the film Eternals, my gosh, it was not what people expected from this film. When it was announced, I read most of the comic books on my Marvel Limited app, and I remembered that I skipped this movie, and I did not mean to. And matter of fact, this film was overshadowed by No Way Home, a movie that was obviously everyone's anticipated movie, plus No Way Home came out 1 month after Eternals. Now, I was disappointed with this movie, and the post-credit scenes too. Oh boy, doesn't it indeed cause another problem of the MCU. But of course, there was no sequel announced or no actor to appear again in future films. To get a few cons out of the way, the few things I did like about the film was the cinematography, the action, and a few good characters, and yeah. However, Spider-Man No Way Home was that one movie that everybody was talking about. Some thought that maybe we may not see Toby or Andrew, and it's going to disappoint everyone's expectation. But nope, it was indeed the best Spider-Man crossover movie ever. And now, 5 years later, we're about to see Peter again in a brand new day of his adventures. Now, before I talk about Hawkeye, the What If show was fine as well. The animation, the stories, and it would soon end with 3 seasons. The What If show also received a spin-off show called Marvel Zombies that came out in 2025. To end the year of Marvel's 2021 slate, it was Hawkeye, a show that was interesting that followed Clint trying to come home for Christmas but had to team up with Kate to fight Echo and her henchmen. This show also marks the return of Yelena after the Black Widow post-credits scene, hinting she'll be in the show dealing with Hawkeye. The show of course did surprise everyone with a Kingpin cameo, in which Matt Murdock also was in No Way Home. This did make the fans who watched the Netflix shows both excited but also concerned if the cameos were either continuations or reboot of the characters. But it was cool to see them. As for the Echo's character, she would have her own spin-off show in 2024. But that marks the end of 2021 with 5 shows and 4 films, and this slate was an interesting way for the MCU to return after 1 year of no projects. But it was somewhat criticized by being overwhelming, and some shows and films were a mixed bag. But 2022 would be the year when everyone woke up and noticed what the MCU has become. And that would do it for this video. What is your favorite MCU project of 2021? And hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys next time. Bye! If you enjoyed that video, please subscribe, share a like, ring the notification bell, and check out other videos in my channel too. Thanks for watching. Bye!